gotta hit when they start.
The countdown?
Yeah, it's 25 minutes per
Does it
period.
get... Oh, you want to do that?
No, it's
Oh, that it just
let it
continues.
go. Yeah, it's fine.
Here we go.
Yeah, we went to the game the other night, Sunday night.
It is kind of shaky.
It's not looks like a washed up beer leaguer.
That's a quick goal by Rogers. McNee for the face-off. McNee battles. Wedman in to help. Wedman pokes it through to Shinnick. Wedman lifts the stick, comes out with the puck, carries it up the far side. Rogers back the other way. Ganeri carries it back, turns around, back to Wedman. Wedman again. That's McNee. Oh no, that's Shinnick. Back the other way, Rogers. Rogers drops it back, walks it in. Saved by Malone. Big pad save by Malone. Malone's in the nets for the Sabers. Rogers with a little bit more energy this period. Fired off the side. Rogers walks it in. Big save by Malone again. Malone's getting tested here early. Shockley just can't get it out of the zone. Wedman, far side. Wedman up to Shinnick. Shinnick just chips it through. Shinnick's going to chase. Shinnick cycles back through. Off the armpit of the goaltender. And it's back to Wedman. Wedman drops it to... That's Schuler. Schuler fires one off the face mask. And Rogers comes back the other way. Shockby looking for a change here. Here's McNee. McNee threads it through. McNee backhand. Picks up the puck. Looking for help. Shockby on a change. Stevens on the top. Stevens going to walk it in. Stevens kicks it back through. Stevens fires one off the post. There's Schuler. Schuler's keeping it in, and Rogers can't feels the pressure and dumps it all the way down. He's not going to get there for an ice. Here comes Knutson. Knutsen's going to walk it up. Knutson just out of the reach of Collins, and that's going to go for an icing. Nice thought there by Knutson to try to thread that through the neutral. Shockby got on their heels there early in the second here and bounced back a little bit with some pressure. Collins back to Cam Carlson. Knutson going to take it wide. Battle gets it up to Collins, chips it through just over the stick. It's going to go all the way down. No ice. Cam Carlson and Collins battle. Ooh, Cam Carlson took a little bump there. And Collins looking over the top. Rogers comes out with the puck and just fires it down. Stevens tries to sweep it on over there to Schuler. Gets turned over and comes back the other way. Rogers tries to bring that to the point, and it's just a little bit wide and goes through neutral. Knutson on pressure. Here comes Kate Johnshoy. Just pitchforking that stick right out of her hand, and she's going to be called for two. That's going to be called a slash, and it's going to go back down deep in the zone. No penalties. Players go to the box here, so it's going to be called a penalty, but face-off just goes back down to the zone of the team that causes the penalty. There's still 5-on-5 with 20 minutes left in this second. Holly behind the net. Holly looking to reverse it. Telejohn goes back. She's going to chip it up the boards there, but got turned over. Gennari loses control. Malone, another good save there. Fired wide. Here's Holly. Holly overskates it. Comes back. That's Esslinger out there. 8th grader. Esslinger chips it out. Can't get it all the way. And there's Holly. Holly's going to get it out to the neutral. Rogers takes a shot wide. Here comes Telejohn. Telejohn's going to take it near side. Telejohn all the way down. Telejohn looks to shoot. And a save by the Rogers goaltender. McNee on the face-off. Nelson on the left. And toe check. Another 8th grader on the right. Nelson keeps it in. And Rogers dumps it all the way down. Stevens back to pick it up. Stevens walks around the net. Stevens loses control and it comes back the other way. Ooh, centered. Big save by Malone again. Malone has been busy in nets today. Here's Nelson. Stevens. There's Anand. Anand chips it back out. Anand back down on the near side. Anand tries to get up to Nelson. Gets picked off. Shot. And Malone's going to freeze that one. And looks for a change for Shakopee and Rogers. Okay, John Shoy on the faceoff. And Holly turns it back the other way. Here comes Libby Shinnick. Shinnick chips it up the boards, can't get it out. Shinnick battling near side, goes back to Holly. Holly looking to go behind the net, over to Wedman. Wedman turns it back. Wedman back to Schuler. Schuler over to Shinnick. And here comes Holly. And it's going to be iced all the way down. Shakopee having a little trouble this period. Looking to find the edge here with 16 minutes left in this period. There's only 2 periods here today. And it's run time. Holly battles down low. Okay, John Shoy tries to chip it back out. Shoves her opposing player back the other way. Holly in the corner. John Shoy. And Holly comes out. Holly up to Shinnick. Shinnick chips it past through. Here comes John Shoy. John Shoy to Shinnick. Shinnick loses control and it goes deep down in the Rogers zone. Wedman looking to pressure. And here comes Rogers back the other way. Rogers has players. Can't control it. Centered pass. Malone stopping it. Malone, easy waffle to the side. Schuler just chips it back out to neutral with Wedman on the chase. Back the other way. Oh, that's going to be a penalty. And it's going to go back down into the Shakopee zone for a whistle. Still 5-on-5. Varsity there in the behind the glass there, warming up for the next game. Collins ties up her player. Here comes Cam Carlson. Cam Carlson fires it, and it's going to be ice. With Knutson was on the chase, a little bit slower. She would have got there. Would have been a good setup play for the Sabers, but they're going to come back down into the zone for another face-off. Back to the point. Here comes Ganeri. Ganeri cycles back. Ganeri chips it around. Ganeri up to Carlson. Collins picks it up. Collins looking to go to Knutson. Knutson's going to bring it on in. Knutson comes back. Knutson can't get one off. Tipped aside. Collins loses control. Onen coming out of the zone, and they're going to cycle it back. Collins brings it into the zone. Collins walks it in. Collins over to Carlson. Carlson fires one off the shoulder of the goaltender from Rogers. Nice shot there by Cam Carlson. Carlson keeps it in the zone. Carlson turns it back. Cam Carlson, another 8th grader, joining the team this year. Good addition from the farm club, 13 A's last year. Here comes Knutson. Knutson tries to weave on through. Knutson loses control, comes back out. Knutson's going to bring it in again. Knutson walks it in. Knutson fires one over the glove of the Rogers goaltender. What a play. That's Knutson's second of the day. McNee. Esslinger. And here comes Schuler. Schuler tries to get it up to Esslinger. And here comes Telejohn. Telejohn tries to thread a needle and it just misses its mark, comes back through neutral. Rogers dumps it in deep. Malone leaves it for Stevens. Stevens. There, Izzy McNee blocks the shot, tries to get it out, comes back the other way. Stevens battles down low behind the net. Telejohn, near side. Here comes Stevens. Stevens is going to carry it up. Stevens near side. Stevens walks it up. Comes through neutral, carries it in the zone. Drops it back, tries to get McNee. McNee just out of reach. To the point. Telejohn. Telejohn drops it down to McNee. McNee tries to get it over to the Esslinger, but it doesn't make its mark. Here's a foot race between Schuler. Schuler chips it up to McNee. McNee walks it in. McNee over to Telejohn. Telejohn walks it in. Telejohn fires it wide. What a great setup play there by the Shockey Sabers. Esslinger over to Telejohn. Telejohn just off her skate into the corner. Back to the point. Schuler drops it down low. Excuse me, that's Holly. Holly and Schuler are going to get me this year. About the same in size, very tall, and that's Holly battling down low. Nelson looking to cause trouble. Here comes John Choi. That's Elena Tocek in the corner. John Choi. Tocek. Tocek brings it in, backhand, and saved by the Rogers goaltender with Nelson on the doorstep. John Choi. Long shot. That's from Ganeri. Holly gets blocked, comes back the other way. Here comes Nelson. Nelson battles on the near boards. Ganeri getting rough housing in the corner. Here comes John Choi. John Choi's trying to pick it out. There's John Choi coming in. John Choi kicking away down there, trying to get that puck loose. And here comes Ganeri with the puck. Ganeri, 3-on-2. Ganeri dishes it off to Tochek. Tochek over to Ganeri. Ganeri with a tip, just off the pad. Tochek, nice pass there. And it's going to be fired all the way down for an ice. Just over 9 minutes left in this second period. There's only 2 periods. Collins back to Stevens. On it fires one in. That was tipped by Shinnick and fired on net by Wedman. Is there 2 or 3 periods? 2. Okay, that's what I thought. Shinnick backed on and looks over to Stevens. Stevens was covered there. Collins goes down low. Back to Shinnick. Shinnick battles on the near side boards. Onen. Collins picks it up. Collins far side. Collins going to walk it into the zone. Collins chips it on through, gets picked off, and it comes back the other way. Stevens back to Onen. Onen over to Shinnick. Shinnick. Collins. Collins over. Tries to get it over to Wedman. Doesn't get through, and Shinnick tried to get a shot on net there too. Gets dumped all the way down. 8 minutes left in this period. Onen. Shinnick. Collins. Collins picks it up to her stick. Collins walks it in. Wedman. Wedman. Oh, Wedman can't get one off. Tipped by the defenseman. Held in by Schuler. Schuler's going to walk it in. Cuts it back through. Tried to drop it there for Shinnick. And it's coming back the other way. Holly to Wedman. Wedman. Wedman tried to get it to McNee, and now Schuler goes down deep. Schuler over to Holly. Shinnick's going to slide down there, and it goes back behind the net. Here comes Holly. Holly, she's going to carry. Carries through neutral, walks it in, takes a shot just over the blocker of the goaltender. Here comes Knutson looking for 3. Cam Carlson pressures. Comes back the other way. Tipped back through by Schuler. McNee chips it up, tries to get it to Knutson. Knutson's going to drop down. Cam Carlson battles near side. Dumped in by Holly. And there's Cam Carlson. Knutson chips it down. Knutson's going to gain control. Knutson walks around the net. Knutson carries. Knutson looking for help. Drops it to Ganeri. Ganeri, long shot, wide. Kicked aside by the goaltender. Ganeri's going to step up there. Great play by Ganeri. And here comes Knutson. Knutson's going to walk it in the zone. Knutson tries to go glove. Got tipped on the way, and the goaltender makes the save. John Choi, picked up by Telejon. Telejon plays it behind the net. Esslinger, or that's Tochek. Nope, that was Esslinger. Ganeri steps up. Kate John Choi gets a backhand and net with Telejohn at the doorstep. Telejohn fires one wide. Kate John Choi battling down low there. A lot of roughhousing today by that John Choi girl. She's a very physical player. Esslinger carries it in. She's going to cut it into the net. Fires one wide. Oh, nice physical play there by Esslinger. Esslinger back to the point. Ganeri fires one. And it's scooped up by the Rogers goaltender. That's Ben John Choi, Kate's father. Back to the point. And Rogers comes back through the other way. Great play by Stevens. Great back check by Stevens to lift the stick. Oh, elbow there. And it comes back the other way. Collins got elbowed and dropped to the ground. Stevens over to Collins. And there comes Rogers the other way with a Malone cover. Just under 3 minutes here to go. We're not keeping score, but Shakopee doing pretty well. Their first scrimmage of the year. Looks like a competitive squad. And back the other way. Here comes Rogers. Picked up by Ganeri. Ganeri's going to cycle it back through. Ganeri near side. Nelson on the chase. Nelson pokes it through. Nelson, she has friends. Nelson turns it back. Throws it to the point. And it comes back the other way. Ganeri. Ganeri over to Holly. Holly over to Nelson. Nelson has room. Nelson walks it in. Nelson tips the side. McNee. McNee back to Nelson. Just out of her reach. And it comes back the other way. McNee battles there. And Nelson comes to help. Holly picks up the loose puck. Holly banks it off the backboards to Ganeri. Ganeri back over to Holly. Holly to Nelson. Nelson's going to carry up the near side board. Nelson gets it to McNee. McNee's going to pressure, and it comes back the other way. Here comes Libby Shinnick. Shinnick has the puck. Libby Shinnick comes out. Hit up. Banked up the boards by McNee. And here comes Wedman. Wedman lifts the stick. There's Malone sweeping it out of the zone. Up to Wedman. Wedman over to Shinnick. Shinnick's going to carry into the zone. Shinnick cuts it through. Fires. Stretch. Oh, what a heads-up play by Wedman there. Off the backboards and behind the net. She slams one home. Wedman with authority. 20 seconds left here. And that's going to about do it. McNee's going to take the face off. And Stevens back to Anand. And it's going to be McNee battling down low. And the horn sound. Shakopee Sabers looking pretty good in their first scrimmage of the year. Malone stayed pretty busy in nets there the second period. And that's going to do it for today. How do you zoom that?